All right, so how do we actually factor if we have a negative a? So just as a reminder, we know to do what we're about to learn only when we have a negative a value. We see that this is a negative a value. Well, all we're doing actually is just adding that first step that we just did in those problems 1 through 8. We just need to do that before we begin this problem. So again, okay, I see there's a negative, a negative, a negative. You have to do this anytime you have a negative a, not if they're all negative, but anytime there's a negative a. You're going to pull those out. You don't need to write this out like this exactly, but it does help remember exactly what needs to change. So basically what we have is y equals negative. Then we have a parentheses. And that negative is what got pulled out. So everything left goes in parentheses. So x squared, that negative got pulled out. So all that's left is plus 10x. That negative got pulled out. All that's left that is 9. It switches the signs for each one when you pull that negative out. Then we're going to factor. Okay, we're going to factor. But we're just going to factor this, just what's in parentheses. So we can pretend like this doesn't exist for a minute. We'll add that back on at the end. So, well, we just do the same thing we always do, a, b, and c. We have a equals 1, b equals 10, c equals 9. We're going to do our diamonds. A times c is 9, 10. I think most of us would get this, 9 and 1. Then we do our factored form. As a refresher, this is what you need to remember about the factored form. 2 sets of parentheses and the x in the beginning. Plus 9 will go here. Plus 1 will go here. Oops, plus, a little better, plus 1. Okay? And the only thing here that I actually, for some reason, got a little ahead of myself. So that's the factored form of that. The only thing we haven't done is pulled down this whole thing here. So basically that whole beginning part. So y equals negative. And so that's what that looks like. That negative is on the outside of the parentheses. And that's what you want because it's asking for the factored form, not the zeros. That's what you want.